have 2 or 3 of you respond to Bridget, and then we'll have further sharing with any of the 3 of them and with each other.
Really struck by how part of what formed you in your own telling is something to do with being misperceived or seen as not adequate academically and not up to it. And I'm thinking how many of us that might be true for in the therapeutic or people who get into therapy, that might be true for.
And I was thinking how really good songs, often people can relate to them in very different ways, but they sort of hold something universal. The Sisters of Mercy, they are not departed or gone. They were waiting for me when I thought that I just can't go on. And they gave me the comfort, and later they gave me this song. Oh, I hope you will run into them, you've been traveling so long.
It's only 54 years.
Thank you, God, for creating Bridget. She's one out of the box.
I really remember what we did in your workshop.
We picked you up from the airport and you were very brown. You've been walking and you looked really different, I remember. So I was very filled up with meeting at the airport and you were very full. My 3 young children in those days, very small, all came and grabbed hold of you and held on to you. I don't think they knew who you were, they were just welcoming you. And you said to me, because we were doing some connecting at the end of the year, and you said, you're just a fantastic person to travel with. Because I think I picked you up every night when we went. I had a transport business and I called myself a truck driver interested in group dynamics. Which I thought was terribly witty, but
And there's a different time now. So I've just kind of been enjoying hearing that and just sort of taking that in and thinking, what does it mean for us? That have had a different experience and how we're kind of carrying this work forward and the kind of work that we do, which is not necessarily in those kind of contexts. So it's sort of great to have a sense of that time, this time. So thank you.
In a way, your 3 lives are like productions. You've been your own directors and you follow this warm up and produce this. And very inspiring.
One of the other qualities that has struck me from all of you is your capacity to trust yourselves. And it's courage and that capacity to take the step, trusting that you'll find a way. And in doing that, getting the system that you're working in to trust you to do the work.
In 1974, I did my first workshop in Auckland. It was Max and me. And then Max came back, and then 6 months later, and then 6 months later. And after the first workshop, I don't know when I found out about it, but a list was drawn up of who Max and Annette thought were worthy to be trained. And I think there were about 15 on it. But in the workshop there must have been, I can't quite remember, at least 20 people. Anyway, my name wasn't on the list.
Wasn't?
No. And then I went back. I think I've got no potential. Anyway, I had a few conversations with Max about that list over the years, and so Dale Heron was at that workshop. I don't know if she was on the list. I can't remember who was on the list, but I just know that I wasn't. Dale was there. I think Rex and Dale. Deborah Pearson. And so just feeling, I suppose, Don, we were in many workshops together, and Annie and Bridget, just, and us, we've journeyed anyway, it's our decision to do it. Appreciate it. Here we go. Slightly different pathways, but I appreciate the sort of self-determination that's involved.
I don't know whether you deserve to be on the list back there. I think in 1984 you started to come to New Zealand as a trainer, and you've certainly been, for me, a fine and sharp supervisor. Really appreciate the supervision. Thank you.
I remember supervising a few years in, Max came into the room and he said, "Oh," he said, "very serious atmosphere in here." And then he walked out. I changed after that. I lightened up and became much more.
I didn't ever think I had much potential, even though I loved it. And when Carl and Sharon Hollander came to the huge workshop I went to, and they called me aside and they sat me down and they said, "We think you're really talented." And after that I went around to everyone, "Sharon." I thought they probably said it to everyone. They gave me a little bit of hope. One thing that strikes me about the journeys that you've described are how you've interwoven your work in the world and the continuing development and training. So in the stories they're just two threads really, and as you worked, and no surprise really that you've been so nourished in your work in the world, because you've kept yourselves. All those different modalities that you explored, and digging in deep into AANZPA too, and being a big part of the fabric of AANZPA for all those years.
We are going to finish shortly, but we thought just to finish off, it would be great to hear from each of you one organisation or community group or group of people that you've worked with in applying the psychodrama message and to develop the culture. So just think of one group that you've done something with where you've applied the method, and just be good to, we've certainly had a big range on here, but how about we just hear from each of you, you can call out 3 words or half a sentence.
The Kiribati Councillors Association.
GP registrars.
Hospice staff development.
Sorry?
Hospice staff development.
Factory supervisor. What's that?
Factory supervisor.
Start a not-for-profit specialist counsellor.
Teachers.
Travel agents and hairdressers.
Prison therapeutic community.
The Inland Revenue Department.
Community psychodrama. New Zealand Deaf Association.
Graduates on an entrepreneurship program.
Scientists at the Ministry for Primary Industries in New Zealand.
St Mark's Therapeutic Community and supervising community workers in
The people over 60 in groups and staff in the alcohol and drug treatment unit in the prison.
Montgomery House Violence Prevention Program for recidivist offenders.
Blue Mountains Cadet Theatre.
Repressed natural community leaders in Myanmar.
Queensland Ambulance Paramedics.
Melbourne Institute of Experiential and Creative Arts Therapy.
The nursing heads of wards and the ones just above that, who are going through a process of change in the hospital. Yeah, looking backward.
The heads of the Tokelau Public Service.
Compassionate Friends, which is for the weak friends.
Running Psychodrama weekends for men for the last 20 years.
Youth Line, youth leadership training.
What was that?
We work in income.
So,
Western Australia Police.
Ministry of Health.
Judges and magistrates in Papua New Guinea.
Social work and counselling students.
The sauna at the Henderson Public Schools.
Family support program and education.
one of the motivating ideas for having this was that we bring some of our experiences and practices out of the cupboards, and so they're more visible. We make these more visible to each other, so then we can, keep linking with each other and learning from each other. Thank you so much, and I'm sure there are seeds for many more conversations, and let's hope we can take advantage of that.